Hello everyone, and welcome to day 2 of my 21 days of stamps and giveaways series. So today we are going to be using this brand new stamp set from Brutus Monroe. It is called the Bold Alphabet Lowercase Outline and Fill. So with this stamp set, let me flip this over. All right. So with this stamp set, you get lowercase alphabet letters. You get the bold, which is a full outline, and then which is a full filled in, which he calls this the fill, and then this is the outline. So it's just the outline of the letter. So you can color it in, you can leave it blank, you can use aqua pigments, whatever your heart desires. So I wanted to show you a really cool card that we can make using this stamp set. And I'm gonna just use these stamps for the purposes of this video. There are so many things you could do with this. You could make sentiments, you could, anything your heart desires. And the great part is there's multiple letters. So I find that becomes a problem with some stamp sets where when there's not enough of, vowels or certain letters, you have to kind of go back and piece it all together. But with this, I've come up with a really cool idea, well, at least I think it's cool, to show you guys how you can use these and make an entire front of a card with just one stamp press. We won't have to go back and switch it in, switch it out. But this is the lowercase, bold, and fill. This set also comes in uppercase letters, and we will be getting to that later in this series, but just so you know, there are uppercase versions of this as well. Okay, so for our first card, we're actually going to make 2 cards today. We're going to make one with just stamping and coloring in, and then the next one we're going to heat emboss. But it's going to be the same stamp configuration both times. All right, so let's get started. If you can tell, I have already kind of set up the letters in the MISTI because I really didn't want to waste all your time. So basically what we have here, I have positioned out in the bold letters, hello friend. And then within the word friend, I have put in other words in the outline. So it's fun, brave, wise, lovely, caring, kind. And let me tell you what, guys, we have spelled out, let me put this in so you can see it. We have spelled out this entire card using the one stamp set. I've used only one. There were enough letters between the both to do this entire thing. How cool is that? I think that's like a really cool thing that we have here at Brutus Monroe. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get the MISTI all positioned up here. And I have just a regular A2 size card base that I cut out. So cut, scored, this is on the Brutus Monroe alabaster paper. So I'm gonna stick that right inside, and I have the MISTI magnet right in the corner here. And we're just gonna get right down to it. So I'm just gonna do this with the Raven detail ink, so we get a nice black image. I do recommend that we're gonna press it twice, because I like when the black is like really crisp, and because there's so many different little stamps on here, I just want to do it more than once to be certain that we have in fact fully inked every piece of it. So I hope you guys are enjoying the new release, and I hope you're having a good time seeing what everyone is creating. All right, let's press her down. Pull her up. See, look, I think that looks great. But I'm gonna go back and get a little more ink on this to really get it nice and black. Now, you could do this in a colored ink. You could do this in many color inks. You could, you know, do one word at a time. You could do whatever you want, but I kind of just wanted to show you how much you could really put into this one stamp set. And it took me a little bit of time to figure out these words and like how they would fit and everything. So feel free to copy it if you want to. Go right ahead. I felt like I was in like a middle school English class again, trying to figure out the word puzzle, you know, because I kind of had the idea and I was like, all right, so let's go back and figure out how to do this, to position it with, you know, the right amount of letters. Now, if you did this on like a 6x6 card, you could fit much longer words. You could do, you know, whatever you want. All right, so let's hit it again. Oh, that's so much better. So much better. I am going to hit this N just a bit more. Oh, perfect. That's exactly what it needed. All right, so we can take this out now. And look at that, you guys. It's just a hello, friend. And then we have all these other things. All these other words. So I think we'll just, well, actually, since we're going to do something else, I'm going to go ahead and just clean this stamp off real quick. Just use the squeaky clean and the microfiber towel. Put a couple pumps on here. Because we're going to be doing some embossing next time around with this stamp. So I want to make sure it's nice and free of the black. Plus, I'll tell you what, I think it's better to kind of clean your stamps as you go, because I don't know how many times I have just like done a whole project and then forgot about the stamp, and I'm like, ugh, goodness. Right. So again, while I'm doing this, I'm just going to explain again my giveaway process, what we're doing. So for all of these 21 videos, every day there's going to be a new giveaway. And in order to enter to win that giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed to this channel, Michael Loves Crafts, and then leave a comment. Comment whatever you want. If there's like a product you want to see me use that Brutus Monroe makes, leave that. Maybe I'll be able to. Or, you know, say whatever you want. And then also, please share these videos, because, you know, the more people that subscribe and get involved, the better. The prizes could get better. We'll see. But I will tell you what today's prize is in a little bit. All right, so that seems pretty good. We'll just go ahead and set this aside for now. And I think what I'm going to do is just kind of color these in pretty quickly in some lighter colors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6. So we're going to use some yellows and some pinks, I think. Yellows, pinks, and purples. So let's start with this one. So all I'm going to do is kind of just color in the letters. Pretty quickly. Now, you could absolutely like watercolor these letters, what I could have done as well is done like a really pretty like a light watercolored background on this card. And that could have been pretty cool. I kind of have an idea of something to do at the end using a stencil. So we can try that after we color all this in. Let's go to lovely. I mean, you could also leave this blank. We could have done this on, you know, a colorful cardstock or whatever you want. Sky's the limit. But I chose to do it on white with black for the purpose of this video. To show you, you know, crisp and clear, exactly what you could do. So you could also use, you know, do some like blending, ink blending, and make these letters look really cool. But like I said, I just kind of want to show a real easy, simple technique. I like to show things that like people can do pretty simply because, you know, I think a lot like sometimes whenever I look onto a video of someone that's making a card or just a craft in general, there's a lot of times where I think like, wow, I don't think I could do that. Like, that's really advanced. So I like to be able to show things that like are pretty simple, easy to follow, easy to pick up. And now I'm using the Style File alcohol markers for this, but quite honestly, you could just really do this with like any marker. It could be a Crayola marker for all, you know, all that it's worth. You could also, you know, you could make like really, with this stamp set, you could make like for kids, like to teach them how to, you know, learn the alphabet and stuff. You could make like little coloring cards. So, you know, you could be like, have like, put the A on one side and put apple on the other side in the fill, and then have them color in those letters. So it's kind of like learning while you're coloring. I always think it's really cool whenever you can add an element of education into crafting with kids. Or you could use the stamp set to make like recipe cards. Like I don't know, maybe like the title of your recipe on like the top of like index cards or something. Or, you know, there's so many things you can do with alphabet letters. And I know that some people have said that they feel intimidated by a stamp like this because they don't know what they would use it for other than creating a sentiment. But sometimes you just really have to think outside of the box. And that's what I like to do. Because sometimes I, too, look at a stamp set and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to do. But then, you know, you just kind of figure it out. Go from there. right, we are getting down to the end here. Yeah, and with this series of videos, I'm really going to try to kind of highlight different things that you can do with different types of products. I don't want to have the kind of like the whole same situation in every video. I kind of want them all to be different. I wish I had more colors of these markers right now, because now I wouldn't have 2 pink ones in a row, but that's quite all right. I don't have a full collection of these style file markers yet. I don't know if I ever will. One day, hopefully, but they're really good markers, though. I have used like the cheaper versions of markers. I mean, these actually aren't that much. They're like $3.50, I think, for each. And there's other brands I know that are like $7, $8, which I think is pretty crazy for a marker. But yeah, I'm slowly, I try to, when I do buy them, I try to buy like 2 or 3 at a time. And when I do get those, I get like a coordinating color set. Like, for instance, like these 3, because they kind of go pretty nice. That was kind of like what I thought about doing. And obviously, I have some other ones. But there we have it. There's that. I'm going to just kind of let this dry a little bit to make sure that that ink is like fully dry. But see how easy that is? Like, you could leave this card just how it is. Just plain and simple. I think that's a really nice card, and it's handmade. So we're going to set that to the side. And we're going to move on to the second card. So I'm going to pull the mist back out. Gonna just make sure that this is dry since we just cleaned that. And for this, I'm going to use the lunch bag cardstock. Just A2 size card, cut and scored. And we're gonna heat emboss with some alabaster. So first I'm gonna take the little magic bag thing, which I'll tell you what, guys, I can't talk about this little bag thing enough. This stuff works so well. I always probably use too much, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to take the Brutus Monroe embossing ink and ink her up. And again, this is going to be something I probably will press 2 times. Make sure all those little letters are nice and inked. All right, here we go. Oh, that's really cool. All right, so it looks like this area definitely needs a little more juice. But we'll do the whole thing all over again, just to be sure. All right. All right, it looks to me like we kind of got that pretty good. So we're going to set that aside. And here's my alabaster. Cover it all the way up. Make sure it's real nice and covered. And then, whoop. Looks great. Look at that. All right, so first let me get the powder back into the little jar here. This is such a vintage one. They don't come like this anymore. Pretty crazy, right? All right, you guys, so I'm gonna run over. I don't have my heat embossing gun right over here, so let me grab that. All right, you guys, I could not find it. So we have to do this one. I've been rearranging my craft area. So I have quite a number of things that are just MIA. All right, just had to get that plugged in up there. Okay, are we ready for this little magical thing? It's gonna be loud for a minute. Let's heat her up. There it goes. All right. So look at it this way. That looks so good, you guys. I think that's really cool. Right? So I think what will make this card better is a little bit of flowers. That's all I want to do. I want to put like 3 flowers on it. Just these like cream. Oh my gosh, you guys, that's gonna look so pretty. So I think we're just gonna use those 3 flowers. And just get them back in their little package. If you didn't know this, I'm obsessed with these paper flowers. I love them. I think that you can literally put them on anything. This pack that these came from is a 36-piece pack. I have used this like 3 times now already. And there's still that many left in the package, and they're $4.99. $4.99. If you're a subscriber to a Brutus Monroe monthly product, you in fact would get 15% off of that purchase. And that's even better. All right, so I'm just going to take some of the Brutus Monroe, just regular old glue here. And I'm just going to put a little touch on the back, press it on. Another little touch. And another little touch. And then you guys, I really think that's it for this card. I think that that is pretty. It's elegant. You could write such a lovely little note inside. In the alabaster embossing powder on craft paper is one of the most beautiful things, I think. So look at that, you guys. We have this and we have this. But I think I want to grab a stencil real quick and like a light colored ink. So let's do that. If I can find one. Almost. Okay, you guys, so I'm going to use this Elegant Egg stencil. This was a stencil of the month from Brutus Monroe earlier this year. And then I'm going to just grab an ink blending tool with a fresh ink blender. And I think we're just going to use this Zest ink because it's like a nice light yellow. So let me just show you. Get some ink, little ink on there, really ink her up. And I will just show you on this paper here. So it's just like a really pretty yellow. So I think all I'm going to do, since we don't kind of want this as like the egg, I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of dab this on here. In yellow, right over top of everything else. Just right over top. Then you have that beautiful little background piece. So we're just going to continue on. Get some more ink. And again, a little bit goes a long way. Just going to kind of keep going to town here. Ta-da! And then just, I think I want to use this part. Just this last little final piece. And just so you know, you can do this with like any card. This is a little tidbit I've picked up along the way. So you can take, there we go. You can take any stencil in like any light colored ink over top of a card and just give it like a little pizzazz, right? Isn't that so pretty? It kind of just added to it. So this is more of like a fun, carefree version of this card. And then this is more of like, you know, elegant, simply stated. But both of these, you guys, I did it directly onto the card base. Simple, simple, simple. Using the bold alphabet, lowercase, outline, and fill stamp set. And again, we had it all on one. Every single letter from one stamp set. That's just stunning. So, Today's giveaway, since I've used it again and I love it so much, is going to be an alabaster embossing powder. Day 2, 21 days of stamps, the giveaway will be an alabaster embossing powder. So in order to win, you just have to be subscribed to the channel, leave a comment, and share this video. And we will see you guys for day 3, and I can't wait to see what you create with this stuff. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.